Hello, this is Eric Sakowitz, and today I'll be demonstrating SecureCo's ability to reduce attack surfaces. I'll be using our Stratus Mesh delivery platform and specifically leveraging our patented rendezvous connections that render endpoints undiscoverable, both to reconnaissance and surveillance tools like port scanners. But unlike traditional services that require inbound ports to be open, our rendezvous technique is one that does not. Both ends reach out to a randomly negotiated location on the mesh network in order to connect. Therefore, no ingress ports need to be open on either side. The demonstration will consist of a real-world example of publicly accessible endpoints, providing services such as web, video chat, collaboration tools, a virtual desktop, and SSH, for example. These all need some level of their ports exposed to operate in typical setups. First, I'm going to use a common third-party scanning tool some of you might be familiar with. It's just called Nmap. And I'm going to use it to discover the ports and services that are visible on this network I've set up without SecureCo and with typical firewall rules applied. So let's dive right in. So I've got our Nmap tool up and ready to go to scan the environment I just showed you of all those real-world services. I also took the opportunity to put up our SecureCo Connect client. This is the one for Mac. I'm running on a Macintosh MacBook Pro. And you can see it's disconnected, so we're not leveraging the SecureCo technology whatsoever. I'm just hitting these ports flat out as any third party or adversary would do. So I'm going to go ahead and hit scan. This is a scan that takes a little while, not forever. It's designed to not only scan for the open ports, but to look to see what kind of operating system is behind it or what kind of services or service versions are behind it. Very powerful what we can do on just a simple port scan. So let's let this finish and then come back. Okay, so we're back now. And that scan took just a few short minutes. You can run a much faster scan, but I think this is great to showcase what is exposed with your surface area through just a simple scan. It's looking through, and I'm going to not go through every little thing here, but the first service it found was, as I said, we have a remote desktop server here, and yep, port 3389 is open. And look at that, it's a Microsoft Terminal service. It knows the type of operating system it might be running, things of that nature. Obviously Windows. It also went to another service, found these ports open, 22 for SSH, what version of SSH, it's running on Ubuntu, which is true. Port 80 for an HTTP server, 443 for your SSL or TLS-based web services, and port 3000, in this case, it's for another service, which I believe is the video service. Same on the next server. Again, we have ports 22, 80, 443. See that in other ones. Here it's running OpenSSH. This is Ubuntu. This was Debian. Same thing here. It's got Apache sitting on the back end. So a lot of information. So in fact, these are discoverable. These are the hosts that it saw and the ports that were open across the board. So now I'm going to completely shut off the firewall to public access. So give me a sec for that. Okay, our firewall is back up. And you know what? Before I even start up SecureCo, let's just see, hey, if these ports are closed. So let's go ahead and do another scan of that network. This time I think I'm going to go for a faster scan so we don't have to wait as long. Let's go and scan and see what we get. Well, it's actually done. It's that fast because it can't find anything open. The hosts I've set as up, so there just knows the IPs because I gave it to them, but there are no ports shown whatsoever in these two scans. So in the first one, we saw all of these ports open, and then I shut down the firewalls, and of course, we see no ports open. So let's go ahead and close our Zen map. And let's start up SecureCo. So that's how fast SecureCo connects. She's connected. You can see up here that we're connected. But I'm going to just get rid of the screen so you don't see it. And then I'm also going to bring up remote desktop to show you that the services are still working even though all those ports are closed. So here's Microsoft Remote Desktop. I'm actually going to go to this server that's sitting on an RDP port. It's not the fastest server. But note the IP is 5491.38.227. That's actually one of the ports listed over here. There it is right there. And there you go. We're actually up on the server. You can see that there's the IP address of the server. We're on it. Our ports are all still closed. So we're getting access, even though there is no attack surface. It's as simple as that. And that just about concludes this demo. Thank you for joining us.